His Holiness Shamik Rishi Maharaj from Khargaon, India, and Maharaj will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, no, 7.12. I guess send up just a second. 12, yeah, 7.12.12. And today also Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's appearance day. So, Maharaj, please, if you can enlighten us on this topic a little bit. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Please take out the call now.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदनाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णापृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak on this pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Today the topic is the perfect society, four spiritual orders. The spiritual orders are Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. And ashrams are, there are four ashrams that has already been described in the previous chapter. Now they are talking, and they also have described in the first 11 verses about brahmachari. So little bit again to recapitulate those brahmachari, the general duties of a brahmachari. Brahmachari means in olden days they used to live in the house of the guru, in Gurukul, that is Gurukul. So practicing complete sense control, danta, and acting only for the benefit of the guru, submissiveness to guru like a servant or das, and attitude of form of friendship for the guru. Guru Shrudha means he has to be Shrudha, very well wisher and acting for guru only. Worshipping guru, fire, sun, Vishnu, early in the morning. Being called by the guru, he should study the Vedic mantras regularly. And daily before and after studies, he should offer respects unto the guru's feet. Should dress in deerskin garment, a belt, a straw, sacred thread, matted locks, and carry a pure kusha grass, a rod and water pot. Collect alms in the morning and evening and offer it to the guru. It only if ordered by the guru, otherwise he should fast. So there are a couple more. Conduct of a brahmachari, he is well behaved, control on his eating, industrious, faithful to the instruction of Guru, Shastra, sense of control, interact with woman or man, controlled by woman only as much as necessary. So brahmachari's interaction with woman, it is very important. One who has not accepted the Grahastha ashram must rigidly avoid talking with women or about women, for the senses are so powerful that they may agitate even the mind of a sannyasi. Vradavrat. The word Vradavrat refers to a brahmachari who has decided not to marry, uh, just like Bhishma Pitama, and observe strict celibacy, not to indulge in sex throughout one's life. A young brahmachari should not allow the young wife of Guru, if Guru is married, to care for his hair. Means a brahmachari should not have a young Gurukul teacher's wife to dress his hairs, massage. Means the wife, sometimes they go at the age of 4, 5 year old in the Gurukul to massage his body or bathe him with motherly affection. There are 7 kinds of mothers. They are one's original mother, wife of Guru, a Brahmana's wife, king's wife, cow, nurse, and earth. Thus, the Guru's wife may care for a disciple like a mother, but if both are young, such a mother cannot touch the brahmachari. Why so much precaution about associating with woman? Is that woman is compared to the fire and man is compared to a butter pot. So a man should avoid associating even with his own daughter in a secluded place. One should associate with any woman only for important business, even if one is not alone, even if he is with somebody, but only that much business is necessary. As long as one is not self-realized, he cannot be relieved from bodily conception, which is epitomized by the duality between man and woman. Thus, there is every chance of one's fall down due to bewildered intelligence. And then the brahmacharya ashram is further described. These principles apply equally to grasthas and sannyasis. The grastha, however, is given permission by the guru to have sex for procreation only. Forbidden items. Now from 12th text number, I think. Those who have taken the vow of celibacy, Vrat, should not apply ointments, massage the body or head, see a woman, eat meat, drink wine, etc. Training and delegation. So we'll read the verses and then go through. So I think it is from text number 12 or 15. I have no knowledge. Uh, text number 15. Agno Guruvatmani cha sarvabhuteshu adokshajam bhutai swadhamabhi pasched apravistam pravistavat. One should realize that in the fire, in the spiritual master, in oneself, and in the living entity, in all circumstances and conditions, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is simultaneously entered and not entered. He is situated externally and internally, is the full controller of everything. So Krishna or fire is internally as there as Paramatma, and externally he is in every. So Paramatma is there in every not only even in the dead body. So there are so many atoms. So that is also the Paramatma is there. Atma may live in the dead body, but Paramatma is there everywhere. And he's there in his own abode, or he's there in his own dham. So he's externally he's there. Maya tatam idam sarvam. He, like in Bhagavad Gita, it just says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina masthani sarvabhutani na chaham teshu avastita, by me in my unmanifested form. Manifested and you could see him face to face, but unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. It's everywhere, unmanifested form of the Lord is there. By his energies, he is there. His energy is everywhere. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Means everybody is in the energy of the Lord. It is energy. But he is not. If he wants to manifest, he will, but otherwise not. Uh, like government, like prime ministers, energy is everywhere. But he may appear, he may not appear somewhere. It is up to his prerogative. Same thing for Krishna. But Krishna is special because he's in every atom, is Paramatma, and even in between the atoms. Even in the dust, he is there. So all things are working because of the super soul and the Paramatma feature. Super soul is Paramatma. So uh, and Brahma Samhita also it says Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Andantarastha Paramanu. He is in the Anu. Anda means it is atom. Atom and Paramanu and Anda. In this the Lord is situated within the universe, within the heart of every living entity, and also within the atom. We should understand that whenever the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present, He is present with all His paraphernalia, including His name, form, associates, and servant. So Krishna is never alone. He is there with Nam, Roop, Gun, Leela, entourage. Just like if a king goes, then he does not go alone. He goes with his prime minister, with his secretaries, with his cook, with his uh, all the entourage is there. He has meetings in the way. So so Krishna is billion and billion times greater than any king or anyone, and he also goes with his devotees. Like he went to Shrutakirti and Bahulashva. Then he made two parties. They wanted to go the same time. So he made the two parties and he went. He had a Rasa dance. And then there are millions of gopis. So he transferred into so many forms. And he was in between. He married to 16,108. And then he was there with each wife every time in the house as a hand-packed husband. When Krishna transformed himself into all the cow calf and all the means all the clothings and flute and sticks and face and the boys and the cows, because all the mothers wanted that Krishna should suck my breast, should come to my home, should live. So he lived with them for almost a year with the cows as well as with the gopis' houses, because all the gopis they loved him so much. Is present with all his paraphernalia. So the living entity is parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus one should understand that since the Supreme Lord is entered the atom, the living entity are also there. One must accept the inconceivable quality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for no one can understand from the material point of view how the Lord is all pervasive and yet is situated in his own abode. Lord is all pervasive as Paramatma, but he is also on his own abode in Golok Vrindavan. Or if he's in some particular universe, he's there also at the same time. So materialistic people who have no knowledge of the energy of the Lord, how great he is, they cannot understand. They all most of the time they think it is just a mythology. How Lord could be there. But because they do not understand the energies of the Lord himself they don't understand. They don't even understand who they are, how they have manifested. We don't know our relationship, sambandha with Lord. And this will be revealed to you if you have a service attitude, serving your Guru, serving, offering all the everything, just like Brahmachari. Then gracefully it gets revealed, everything. But by your own endeavor and study, one cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This realization is possible if one strictly follows the regulatory principles. How you could realize ashrams, brahmachari, grasthavan, and sannyas. Nila Madhvacharya says in this regard, pravistah sarvagatah pravisthastu anu रूपवान एवं द्विरूपो भगवान हरिर एको जनार्दन. The Supreme Personality of Godhead in his original form has not entered everything apravista, but in his impersonal form he has entered pravista. Thus he has entered and not entered simultaneously. This is also explained in Bhagavad Gita 9:4. We just read that Maya tatham idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina mat sthani sarvabhutani न चाहम तेषु अवस्थितः. By me in my unmanifested form. Unmanifested means you cannot just see grossly, but he has another form. uh, that means by his energy. Energy and energetic are the same. Energy comes emanates, uh, but it's like sun and sun globe and sun rays and sun god. They are all simultaneously one and also different also. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. The Lord can defy himself. Thus, there is variety in unity. Ekatvam bahutvena. In 9:15 verse, Ekatvam bahutvena. So there is this verse. So ज्ञान यज्ञेन चाप्यन्ते यजन यजन्तो माम उपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतोमुखम. Others who engage in sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as one without a second. Ekatvam. It is diverse in many and as the universal form. He is there in the whole universe is Krishna, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The mountains are the like the bones, the trees are rivulets, are rivers, are blood flowing in the veins and venules. It's all compared in the universal form, even in Bhagavad Gita also, in 11th chapter. And so this whole world is, that is the world is, because people cannot see the Lord, so they worship gigantic things. Gigantic things means ocean, big mountains. That is primitive people. When they study the Vedas and they understood that God is a form, he lives in his abode, he also lives in Dwarka, Mathura, or Barn, he is a mother and father, then they started worshipping the real form of the God. But universe is also, this worship is going on for time immemorial. So text number 16. एवं विधो ब्रह्मचारी वानप्रस्थो यतिर्ग्रही चरन् वित् इत विज्ञानः परम ब्रह्माधिगच्छति. By practicing in this way, whether one be in the brahmachari ashram, grahastha ashram, vanaprastha ashram, or sannyas ashram, one must always realize the all-pervading presence of the Supreme Lord. For in this way, it is possible to understand the absolute truth. This is the beginning of self-realization. One must first understand how Brahman is present everywhere and how Brahman is the great, that is personality of Godhead, and how he is acting. This education is called Brahma Jigyasa. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Aham Brahmasmi. I am part and parcel of the Brahma, Supreme Brahma. Mamayanshu Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So Athato, but now you have a human form of life, you can understand about the Brahma. That is the greatest. You may say it is Krishna. So Brahma Bhuta Pasannatma na sochati na kankshati. So he does not think, sochati, and lamentation and hankering. Kankshati, that is, oh, I want this, hankering. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim lavate param. And they are equal. They see that everybody is part of Krishna. Everybody is energy of Krishna. Everywhere, wherever they see Krishna. Yomam pashati sarvatra, sarvatra chamai pashati. They see Yomam pashati sarvatra. Everywhere they see Krishna. Whether it is water, whether it is. ओके, सब काम करके जाना. मेरी क्लास चल रही है, कई लोग सुन रहे हैं. ओके, जाओ. यो माम पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वत्र च मयि पश्यति तेषां नः प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति. That if one sees that Krishna everywhere, then Krishna is not out of his sight and sight of the Jiva, and Jiva is not out of sight of Krishna. Means he sees Krishna everywhere. As his energy, whether it is a snake, he sees that it is Krishna. He sees a scorpion, he sees demons, he sees it is Krishna. Means not that he will go in front of a lion or that, okay, eat me, you are Krishna, so I'm not afraid of you. You have to behave according to what it is. But you should not try to take advantage or try to kill them or try to, because that is the great reason. Uh, Brahma Bhuta. And then they are always happy that he is protected by Krishna. Krishna is there in front of me. That reason comes by practicing Krishna consciousness. By constantly chanting, and so Krishna is holding his hand, he is there. Krishna is in his name. He is holding it. He is with Krishna. Prabhupada was going with his father. He was hardly 3, 4 year old. The train man same. The conductor said, "Where is your ticket?" I have no ticket. Then get down. He says, "No, my father is here." He was depending on the father. Prahlad was never afraid from any condition because he knew that Krishna is with me, even in the pillar. So he, to prove the words of his devotee, he appeared in the pillar. So he is everywhere. That is the verdict. And so Brahma Jigyasa and is the real concern of human life. Without such knowledge, one cannot claim to be a human being. Rather, he remains in the animal kingdom. As it is said, Sa eva gokhara. Without such knowledge, one is no better than cow or an ass. Why cow is compared with the ass also? Because when a child like calf dies, and then the cow remains there for 2, 3 days, she does not know that he is gone. He cannot get up, he cannot drink her milk, but because of the attachment. And same thing that we in the human form, we throw them the body next day, we understand, but a cow does not understand. So that's why she is compared to cow or go khara. Khara means an ass because of misunderstanding, because of too much attachment. So one should not be develop too much attachment with family members, with country, society. Yashyatma buddhi kunape tridhatuke. If we think that I am made of these three dhatus, the land is worshipable. And but land you have taken birth in many, many places, not just this Bharatvarsha, but millions of universes are there. And you have taken birth. Who is your birthplace? Who are your mother and fathers? When Srivas Thakur's son was brought to life, he says that you were my father one time, but now my destiny is different. I have so many father and mother. Same thing, this Chitraketu's son, who was poisoned, and then he was made alive by Narad Muni, and then he came and he says that you are telling me you are my son, but I have many fathers. Why do you talk that you are my father? For short time, yes, I was there, but now I am gone. The one who worships the land, who worships the place of means birth, and who worships that this is Mati, that I was born. But we are born. We should worship Krishna. We should worship Krishna's devotees and Krishna's birthplace. That is worshipable. Radharani, all the devotees, but not out of attachment. Attachments, all the time you think of that. uh, all the time that is. So you get attached, just like a young woman gets attached to a paramour, uh, and she thinks of the him all the time. Although she works very carefully, that others may not have any doubt. Uh, so same thing that you get attached to Krishna. You do your duties, you do your relationship. Your son, you take care of him. He is given charge to me by Krishna, so I must take care. But that feeling should be that that wife or child or husband or they are all Krishna's arrangement. He has made that arrangement, and we should take care of them as if it is they are Krishna. Why? Because it is Krishna's. Krishna has given us in that, but not that I am like thinking other than that, then you will get attached. You have to go through so many lifetimes. This attachment or feeling that yes, I'm part of them. I'm part of Krishna's family. Then that is proper. But I'm family wise. If I'm this family, that family. But how long? That may break. At death they separate, or even in life they could separate. So there is no guarantee. But we are eternal beings. Eternal being means loving by heart or the soul. So we are part of Krishna. Krishna never leaves us alone. Even if somebody is going to hell, Krishna will go as Paramatma, but not any relative will go with you. So why not to get attached to Krishna, serve him, think of him, and while doing your other duties, you could do it. Duty should be done. The respect should be given, but not getting attached in a way that you cannot live without that. All the time thinking of him and forgetting Krishna, then that would not, you have to come back again to this mortal world to enjoy or suffer the results of your activity. And when the pious activity are finished, you come back again to this bhumi, that is karma bhumi. Karma bhumi is this material world, this prithvi. But heavenly planets are not karma bhumi. They are for enjoyment of your pious activity. And hellish planets are to suffer for your sinful activity. And how do you decide what is sinful and what is pious? According to go to the scripture, follow 12 Mahajanas, Mahajano Enagata Sapanta, and have your guru and tell you. So in this way, uh, so these are the duty, and now this more duties are given in the one prastha. We read about what the grahastha should do. Grahastha is separately brahmachari. Now the grahasthas are in another chapter, next chapter, and here they are talking about vanprastha and sannyas. So this is perfect society. The spiritual classes have been described. This is the topic discussed between Narad Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking questions and Narad Muni is answering. So text number 17. Vanaprasthastu vakshami niyaman munisammatan yanasthaya munir gached gachendra viloka muhanyasa. Okay, I shall now describe the qualification for a Vanprastha. Vanprastha means after 50 years, after brahmachari and grahastha, directly from brahmachari, one can remain brahmachari, nestic brahmachari, then you don't have to go. But Vanprastha would come when you have taken like grahastha life. One who has retired from family life by rigidly following the rules and regulations for the Vanprastha, one can easily be elevated to the upper planetary system known as Maharlok. People who follow Vanprastha, they could go to Maharlok. Means Earth, that is Bhurlok, Bhurlok, Swargalok, Janlok, Taplok, then Maharlok, then Brahmalok. So text number 18. Na pusta panchamasni yadakrastam chapya kalatah agni pakva madhamam va arka pakva mutaharet. A person in Vanprastha life should not eat grains grown by tilling of the fields. वो खेती में जो चलाते हैं टिलिंग कल्टीवेशन और वो उसको वो अन्न नहीं खाना चाहिए. He should also not eat grains that have grown without tilling of the field but are not fully ripe. Nor should a Vanprastha eat grains cooked in the fire. Indeed, he should eat only fruit ripened by the sunshine. Vanne, text 19. Vanne charu charu purodasan nirvapet kala chotitan labdhe nave annade puranam cha parityaje. A Vanprastha should prepare cakes to be offered in sacrifice from fruits and grains grown naturally in the forest. When he obtains some new grains, he should give up his old stock of grains. Then 25. So, Purana Purana nahi rakhna chahiye, old. When the new ones comes, then let's throw the ones which are not new. Text number 20. अगन्यर्थमेव शरणमुटजं पाद्रिकन्धरं वाप्यग्नि वर्षार्कात् Svashat Swayam. I have some eye problem. I had to change the glasses. It tears all the time. There is a cataract. So please don't mind. Translation of this text number 20. A Vanprastha should prepare a thatched cottage or take shelter of a cave. Thatched cottage means just with a straw and mats, and you just prepare the cow dung and तुअर की काड़ियाँ या सन की काड़ियाँ उसे लगा करके, not concrete or not like this. Shelter of a cave in a mountain only to keep the sacred fire, but he should personally practice enduring snowfall, wind, fire, rain, and the shining of the sun. So he should tolerate all these things, whether there is an endure. Wind, fire, everything that he should endure. Kesho Romanakas Malani Jatilo Dadhat Kamandalva Chinedanda Valkalagni Parichadan. The Vanprastha should wear mated locks. बड़े बड़े बाल और वो आपस में घुस जाते हैं. Locks of hair on his head. And अघोरी लोगों को आपने देखा होगा, on his head, and let his body hair, nails and moustache grow. He should not cleanse his body of dirt. He should keep a water pot, deer skin, and rod. Wear the bark. Rod means a stick. Wear the bark of a tree as a covering and use garments colored like fire, मतलब shining. चरे ध्वने द्वादशाब्द नष्टो वा चतुरो मुनिः द्वावेकं वा यथा बुद्धिर्न वदेत कृच्छतः. Being very thoughtful, a Vanprastha should remain in the forest for 12 years, 8 years, 4 years, 2 years, or at least 1 year. He should go to the forest and live in the practice. He should behave in such a way that he will not be disturbed or troubled by too much austerity. In the mind, one should not feel disturbed. Oh, why I have taken this Vanprastha? One must be strict with his vows. Text 23. Yada kalpa swakriyayam vyadibhir jarayathava anvikshikyam va vidyayam kuryat nashanadi kam. When, because of disease or old age, one is unable to perform his prescribed duties for advancement in his spiritual consciousness or study of the Vedas, he should practice fasting, not taking any food. If he has some problems with his health or he cannot perform the duties what has been given, then he should fast. Atmanyagnir samaropya sanyashaham mamaatmatam karaneshu niset samyak sanghatam tu yatharhata. He should properly place the fire element in his own self, and in this way give a bodily affinity, by which one thinks the body to be oneself or one's own. And so we should never think that I am the body. I am the spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna, servant of Krishna, Jivara Swarupa, Krishna, Nitya Das, eternally. One should gradually merge the material body into the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air. So gradually you're seeing part and all these things, they go into the total amalgam gradually. So the body is an effect of a cause, namely the 5 material elements, earth, water, fire, and sky. In other words, one should know perfectly well that the material body is nothing but a combination of 5 elements. That is everywhere in the material world. These are the 5 elements. They make the grass body, grass universe, everything like trees, and they also have the same thing. Even an ant has the same 5 elements. This knowledge constitutes a merging of the material body and the 5 material elements. Merging into the Brahman in perfect knowledge means understanding perfectly that one is not the body, but a spiritual soul. That is the merging with the Supreme Lord. Thinking that I am part of the same energy, Lord is the Mahat soul, and we are his part and parcel. So it's the great soul, and we are his part. जैसे just like there is sun globe, sun rays, there are small particles floating in the rays. So we are like that particles, but there is a whole sun globe. So there is whole Krishna is there. We are his energy, part and parcel, material inner. His body, the soul is different. Soul is just same quality as Krishna, Satchid and Ananda. But we are in the material realm, so we are Asat, Achit, and Nirananda. X25. Ke khani vayo nishwashas teja shukshmanam shukshmanam atmavan apya swa srakashleshma puyani shito shesham yadodbhava yathodbhavam. A sober self-realized person who has full knowledge should merge the various parts of the body in their original sources. Original sources is Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva means Krishna, and there is a gigantic material energy. And but when it is seen by Krishna, then uh, then it gets agitated, and the creation starts. The holes in the body are caused by the sky. The process of breathing is caused by the air. The heat of the body is caused by fire. And semen, blood, and mucus are caused by water. The hard substance, like skin, muscles, and bones, are caused by earth. In this way, all the constituents of the body are caused by various elements, and they should be merged again into those elements. पानी में पानी जाएगा, अर्थ में अर्थ जाएगी, ये सब चीजें ऑटोमेटिकली होती है. It happens. So, to be self-realized, one must understand the original sources of the various elements of the body. The body is a combination of skin, bone, muscle, blood, semen, urine, stool, heat, breath, and so on, which all come from earth, water, fire, and ether. One must be well conversant with the sources of all the bodily constituents. Then one becomes a self-realized person, Atmavan, one who knows the self. It is not that easy to know the self. We identify with outside. I'm man, I'm doctor, I'm engineer, I'm Indian, I'm a rich man, I'm a beautiful man, I have such and such position. This is all temporary and it is all designations given. But our real identity is Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Das Dasanudasa. We are Das, millions of times away. So this chapter is getting ended just soon. It's only and there is no purport. So these three verses are together, 26, 27, 28. वाच्यमाग्नो सवत्तव्याम् इन्द्रिये शिल्पं करावति पदानि गत्या वयसु रत्योपस्थं प्रजापतौ मृत्यो वायुः विसर्गं च यथा स्थानं विनिर्दिशेत् दिक्षु श्रोत्रं सनादेन स्पर्शेनाध्यात्मनि त्वचं रूपाणि चक्षुषा राजन् ज्योतिष्यभिनिवेशयेत् आपसु प्रचे रसादिवां घ्रे घ्रे येर्घ्राणं चितो न्यसेत्. Thereafter, the object of his speech alone, with the sense of his speech, the tongue, should be bestowed upon fire, craftsmanship, and the two hands should be given to the demigods Indra. The power of movements and the legs should be given to Lord Vishnu. Sensual pleasure along with the genitals should be bestowed upon Prajapati. The rectum with the power of evacuation should be bestowed in its proper place unto Mrityu. The oral instrument along with the sound vibration should be given to the deities presiding over the directions. The instruments of touch along with the sense objects of touch should be given to Vayu, Vayu form, or with the power of sight should be bestowed upon the sun. The tongue, along with the demigod Varun, should be bestowed upon water, and the power of smell, along with the two Ashwini Kumars, demigods, should be bestowed upon the earth. So all this, what should be there, and it is all how this creation and what is being done. So a death or a such thing should be given. Just when uh, Dhruv Maharaj stopped breathing, then all universal breathing stopped. Nobody could breathe even. So all the demigods they approach to Narayana or Vishnu and please do something. Even Hanumanji was so whole fire emanates all over the universe because inner and outer becomes the same. Those things are not easy to understand, and neither there is so much need. This is just a general topic to show that it is created by the Supreme Lord, and we have a relationship with all the things that comes from Krishna. You may say there are so many elements 108, 110, 115, they are separate, but ultimately they come from earth. So, main elements are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Then there is mind, intelligence, and ego. Then there is a soul, and then there is a super soul. So text number 30. Apsu shitim apojotish shirdo vayo namashyamum kutasthe tach mahati tadavyaktekshvare chatat. The mind, along with all material desires, should be merged in the moon demigod. All the subject matters of intelligence, along with the intelligence itself, should be placed in Lord Brahma's Brahma, false ego, which is under the influence of the material modes of nature and which induces one to think, I am this body and everything connected with this body is mine, me and mine, should be merged along with material activities in Rudra. The predominating deity of false ego, material consciousness, along with the goal of thought, should be merged into the individual living being. And the demigods acting under the modes of material nature should be merged along with the perverted living being into the supreme being. The earth should be merged in water, water in the brightness of the sun, this brightness into the air into the sky, and the sky into the false ego into the total material energy, pradhan, and that is total material energy, and then it becomes activated and uh, by the glance of the Lord, and it becomes Mahatattva, the total material energy into unmanifested ingredients, the pradhan feature of the material energy, and at last the ingredients features of the material manifestation into the super soul. Text number 31 is the last verse. इत्यक्षरतयात्मानं चिन्मात्रम् अवशेषितं ज्ञात्वा द्वयो अथ विरमेद् दग्ध योनिर इवानलः. When all the material designations have been merged into their respective material elements, the living being, who are all ultimately completely spiritual, being one in quality with the Supreme Being, should cease from material existence as flames cease when the wood in which they are burning is consumed. When the material bodies return to its various material elements, only the spiritual being remains. This spiritual being is Brahman and is equal in quality with the Parabrahman. Brahman and Parabrahman. Parabrahman is Krishna and soul is also called Brahman. So we are in this way, we should come back to and assist the Parabrahman. So it's a difficult topic, but doesn't I will speak few minutes about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj today's his appearance. But just in the summary of these verses, so So what is the duty in Varnashram? Vanaprastha ashram? Be rigidly following the rules of Vanaprastha. One who has retired from family life, one can easily be limited to Maharloka. General duties of a Vanaprastha is should not eat grains grown by tilling, uh, tilling the land, tilling the fields. Should not eat unripe grains that have grown without tilling the land, field. Should not eat grains cooked in fire. Should eat only fruits ripened by the sunshine. Then should offer and sacrifice cakes made from the fruits and grains grown naturally, should give old stock of grains when he obtains some new grains, should make a thatched cottage or stay in cave only to keep the sacred fire, should practice enduring snowfall, wind, fire, rain, and the heat of the sun. Means you should tolerate all these things. Should wear matted locks and let his body hair, nails, and moustache grow. Should not cleanse his body of dirt. Should keep water pot, deer skin, and rod. Wear tree barks and fire color clothes. Fire color clothing should be fire color. Uh, should remain in forest for 12 years, 8 years, 4 years, 2 years, or at least 1 year. Should not be disturbed by too much austerity. Should fast when unable to perform prescribed duties due to disease or old age. So many rules. That's why, for the current age, it is not easy to perform those ashram. Just Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam mode mate, Prapte Sannihite, Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Rani, Domkruchakar. So it's better to just chant the holy name. In the Vanprasthi is recommended to fast when he is unable to perform austerities. The rest of the chapter describes the actions one should do before fasting and how he should give up the body. And merging of the grass body, one should place the fire elements, all this that we read it, the bodily holes, that is sky, and breathing is by air. So all parts of the grass body into the 5 material elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. How to do it? The material body is nothing but a combination of the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, and ether. Knowledge of this constitutes merging of the body and the 5 elements, merging into Brahman in perfect knowledge means understanding perfectly that one is not the body but a spiritual soul. The merging of the subtle body and how it merges, and only the soul remains when the material body is thus returned to its various material elements. Only the indestructible spiritual being remain. He gives up material existence like fire whose wood has been burned away. So that is the end of this chapter and the summary of this Vanprastha ashram. 4 word and 4 ashram has been described, and little bit about the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. The Prabhupada ki jai, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. We can see the grandfather, like my father is Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Stotar Satshi Srimad Abhay Charana Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. And his guru, so he's like our grandfather. And grandfather loves the grandchildren very much. He was known as a lion-like guru for his power in combating non-devotional theories. If anybody will put, he would be afraid to come in front of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Same thing, like nobody would dare to come in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he would not be impressed by his erudite. If somebody is very erudite or a scholar, or strictness, austerity, fearless dedication to truth, unflinching devotion to the lotus feet of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Radha Krishna, unwearying preaching of their glory. So he empowered us. He empowered Bhakti, like our Srila Prabhupada. He empowered him. And he always gave the credit. Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami, or Abhay Babu never took the credit of his results. He gave all the credit to his Guru Maharaj and even to his disciples. So he is a bona fide spiritual master. He never took credit for achievement, but attributed them to the blessings of his own Guru Maharaj. It is not sufficient simply to believe that God is great. One must know how he is great, what kind of greatness. Oh, God is great, but that is not enough. Simultaneously, sincere disciples should not merely accept as axiomatic that his Guru is exalted, but should strive to comprehend how he is exalted by reverently studying his instruction and behavior. He was born in Jagannath Puri. He was the sixth son. So we will go and talk a little bit about his childhood. He was born, appeared on this world in 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon on 6th February 1874, the fifth day of the dark lunar fortnight in the month of Govinda, or Magh month. Appeared in Puri, the site of famous temple of Lord Jagannath. Thus one is holy, that is the holiest place that he was born. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati advent in Puri is particularly significant in light of a statement in Padma Puran. In Kali Yuga, the four Vaishnava Sampradayas, which are purifiers of the earth, will appear in Purushottam Kshetra in Utkal, that is Utkal is Odisha. So he started, due to their being pure, devotees continually reverberated with Sankirtan. Parents, they rented a home in Jagannath Puri, but it belonged to Sri Ramchandra Arya, a rich Calcutta businessman. Kedarnath Datta, he was a son of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, also known as Kedarnath Datta, an ideal acharya in the Grihastha ashram. He oversaw an extensive family. So every evening after returning from work, he took his meal, slept and then midnight. Then after midnight, he was writing so many books. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, I am talking about. So Bengali and Sanskrit. He preached widely, and this all things then came to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Also, he followed his father. So there were so many Avla, Bavla, Apasampradaya. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and for 200-300 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, there wasn't nothing of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings were upper means they became degraded, and 12 kinds of Apasampradaya rose up. But Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he pointed that out, what is that problem, and he tried to solve that. And same thing, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was like a lion guru, and he also did the same thing like his father. Recognized the superlative value of real Gaudiya Vaishnavism, but uncovered, rejuvenated, propagated, and defended the authentic teachings of practice of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The dharma preached by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is universal and not exclusive. The principle of Kirtan is the future church of the world. He invites all classes of men without distinction of caste, clan to the highest cultivation of the spirit. This church, it appears, will spread worldwide and replace all sectarian churches, which excludes outsiders from the presence of the mosque, church, or temple. So he's predicting that all these things will be replaced by Sankirtan movement. Lord Chaitanya did not advent himself to liberate only a few men in India. Rather, his main objective was to emancipate all living entities of all countries throughout the entire universe and to propagate the uh, eternal dharma that Jivera Swarupa Krishna is Nitya Das. We are eternally, we have to serve Krishna. There is no doubt that this unquestionable order will come to plan. Bharata Bhumita Hela, Manusha Janmayar, Janma Sartha Kari, Kara Paropakar. That we have to do. So very soon the unparalleled path of Harina Sankirtan will be propagated all over the planet. Oh, for that day when the fortunate English, French, Russian, Persians, and Americans people will take up banners, Radanga, and Kartals and perform Kirtan throughout their streets and towns. When will that day come? Oh, for the day when the Western, fair-skinned and from one side, while chanting Jai Sachinandan ki Jai, will extend their arms and embrace the devotees of our countries coming from another side. Treat us with brotherly healing. Means that was predicted by Bhaktivinoda Thakur that people from all over the world would come and gather, and that is already happening. Mayapura, Vrindavan. When will that day be on such a day? They will say, our dear brother, we have taken shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya, who is the ocean of transcendental law. It's a long Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj and Prabhupada, and both teachings are the same. It's not different. So I had to go for Arti. So almost an hour has gone. We discussed about this Vanprastha Ashram and Brahmacharya Ashram, Samvad Vanprastha Ashram, and how one should give up their body and merge all the things from into its original sources like earth, water, fire, air, ether. Although there are many like 100, 810 different substances, but main they are all origin in these five things. If anybody has any comments, questions, we can discuss in a couple minutes. Any short question, so you could unmute and discuss. Hare Krishna. I hope the you could hear well and you could assimilate. This topic is tough. There is hardly any purport in most of the verses. That's why I completed that chapter.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Done.
Oh,
Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna.
much for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. But,
Wonderful. I just thank you.
Prabhuji, I have a quick question about attachment you mentioned. So, we have material designations, and how can we be less attached in this material? Because these designations, we have responsibilities also. So sometimes when we are complacent in our material duties, people say, "Oh, you are too much into Krishna consciousness. You are an escapist. You're not doing everything you can." So how can we balance, Prabhuji? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's a very good question. It's a very common question. The balance is we are really Atman, soul, and you are, and we belong. We are a part and parcel of Krishna, the supreme soul. And this is just by the mind that we get attached, that we get. I'm not saying that duty is different than the attachment. Attachment means we just think that I'm just that part and I should, just like a man is attached to a young woman and he just thinks of her all the time, day and night. But we should be thinking of Krishna day and night and do your duty as it is. If you are a grasta, do your duty as a grasta. If you are a businessman or serving somebody, you do your duty. But as a part of Krishna, that the duty is given to you by Krishna, and you take care of that. So Krishna, keep Krishna in the center of your life. Then that attachment to the other things would not, because they are all effervescent. They will all go away. Any duty to someone else, you could keep a balance. It's just by thinking of Krishna, that Krishna has given you material and spiritual duty. So material duty are just superficial, but our deep-rooted duty is to serve Krishna, to remember Krishna, to serve devotees, spread Krishna consciousness, distribute books, offer to Krishna, clean the temple. So those are different duties, and there are duties for grahastha. That is what has been given. And these grahastha duties or brahmachari duties or vanprastha duties and sannyas duties, how they should do. But artificially doing like vanprastha, it is very difficult. So you just remain nowadays in Kali Yuga, grahastha don't have to take sannyasa, vanprastha. But if one can do it, just Prabhupada made as an out an emergency for preaching. And if they could remain that way, that is fine. So attachment means without that which we cannot live. We all the time think of that person. Just kama hi nari pyari jimi, lobha hi pire jimi down. Like the kami or lusty person always thinks of a woman to enjoy. And a greedy person always thinks where I can get money. So you look in every affair, where is money? But a devotee do not have to do that way. He could, whatever comes by the arrangement of the Lord, he accepts that and remains happy. That's a big topic what you are asking, and I hope that you understand that this attachment is not necessary to take care of your children, wife, your job or anything. It is not necessary that you have to get. You do it. Unattached, you can do it. As your dharma. Arjun was fighting, but he was thinking of Krishna. Mam anusmar yuddhacha. You follow me and you fight also. मोदी जी भी कहते थे, हाथ में काम मुंह से राम. So that has to be practiced. Okay, because I have to go soon.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else has any comments, questions, any quick question? Otherwise, it's almost going to be 7 o'clock. So in India. Okay. So I guess there is nothing has been raised, and so we will.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhamma Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you,
Hare
Maharaj.
Krishna.
Very nice class.
You always come. I'm happy that you somehow you get time or find time to attend classes. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
So we will end here.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna,
Jai Srila
Maharaj.
Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this excellent class and so explaining so nicely so many verses. So Hare Krishna.
Yeah, the chapter is finished.
Yes, that's wonderful, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Let's pay
Hare
obeisance
Krishna.
to all the Vaishnavas and Maharaj. Vancha kalpatarvesha kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय. नमाचार्य राज ठाकुर की जय. प्रभुपाद की जय. ग्रंथराज भागवतम की जय. शमी कृषि महाराज की जय. थैंक यू सो मच महाराज. हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा. हरे बोल.
बोल.
Hare Bol. Hare Bol.
हरे बोल.